Greetings, fellow Kerbal I'm CW, and we're back for another blast at Kerbal Space Program. This episode is a first for me. I'm actually answering a challenge on the forums. Challenge is the Polar Challenge by Lego 8-Bit. He basically says, "Hello people, my name is Lego 8-Bit, and I challenge you to go to the North Pole by car or boat. Now here are some rules to go by. Car rules. Oh, kind of interesting. Number 1, must have wheels. Okay. 2A, cannot have any jet engines or any other engines thrust over 30, and 30 is the max thrust you can have on a vehicle. Okay, I'm assuming that's 30 kilonewtons. Seems logical. Right, 2B, cars or boats cannot fly. Okay. Number 3, must drive through day or night optional. Okay. 4, must post what your vehicle is. Timber. Oh well, I have to tidy up now. Where was it going? Oh yeah, must post your vehicle and what its stats are, and then post a picture of it on where it is located on the planet. Well, I'm doing a video, so I guess I'll have to break that rule. Must leave the runway backwards. That's normal. Okay. Stock parts only. Yeah. Post how long it took and how many attempts were made. Fair enough. Although I must admit, I'm not going to go all the way from the KSC to the North Pole. That would just be ridiculous. And besides, I'm pretty sure as soon as I post this video, the rules will get changed. Number 8, cars cannot go into or through bodies of water on land. Yeah, fair enough. Cars are allowed to jump, but if I see people or even hear people abuse this, I will forbid jumping. Okay. 9B, cars must post if they do jump off their altitude from the point from where they jumped to where they landed. I will allow up to 25 feet max for a jump. Okay. I think I can translate that. Right, boats can bypass Rule 5 and 2A. Well, hang on, let's see. Rule 5 is must leave the runway backwards. I would be impressed if a boat could leave the runway backwards. Anyway, and 2A, cannot have any jet engines or any other engines thrust over 30, and 30 is the max thrust you can have on a vehicle. Okay, so boats can ignore those two rules, right? And it also says, but they must stay in the water at all times until you reach the pole. Then and only then can the boat come out of the water, but otherwise no exceptions. Wonderful. Well, guess what? I've spotted a few issues with the rules. So let's go for a new sandbox. Pick my personal flag. Challenges. This is completely stuck, and as you can see, 0.23. And we're going to go into the space plane hangar. Okay. Okay, so pod, spin around. Let's have a look here. Yeah, I'll go for my standard design for this. Advanced SAS. And 2. Work out the length here. Yeah, make it 2. Job done. Now, normally I'd send this straight back to the vehicle assembly building, so I could put a ton of RCS on in symmetry, but nah. Right, that's them on. We're not going to bother being able to eject the cockpit. We need RCS. Tank that out though. Job done. Lovely. Now we also need fuel tank. Now the issue here becomes, can I do thrust limiting on these? Thrust limiter. Yep. Well, thrust limiter 30. It says in the rules to limit it to 30. As you can see, limited it to 30. Right, wonderful. Oh, I'm going to put that there. And let's whiz on a fuel tank. Yep, gonna need some more RCS. Why am I chucking RCS on? You'll find out in a bit. The RCS is a little offset, never mind. Right, now obviously rules state we need wheels. There's the mass. That's not too bad. A little bit far back, but never mind. Yeah, that's pretty close. Yep. I haven't uploaded that video yet, so my apologies, but yes, I'm going for a squished frog design. Yeah, I really need to get on top of where I'm up to in 0.21. Kind of also tempted to start afresh from 0.23, but then again 0.24 is coming out shortly, I believe. Not quite sure when. Oh, why do I get a suspicion that's not? It isn't. Cool. So I'm tempted to, well, tempted to start again with a full series on colonising space. Right, there we go. Now we do, because we have SAS on, we do need, couple of solar panels. Yeah, okay, so I'm putting 4 on. Make sure I've got plenty of power here. Right, and... oh, that's something I forgot. Batteries! How's our weight distribution? Might have put that a little bit too... yes. Oh well. Anyway. Let's finish off the RCS, now that we've got the pods on, so to speak. Yeah, looks correct. Now we want some lighty things. Like that, and some wide-angled ones. Oops. 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 No. Still trying to work out which direction these are supposed to go in. Something a bit like that. Yep, the squished frog design. Well, no, this one isn't really a squished frog. This is like the mini squished frog. Now, one thing that we also want is stick a single right in the middle. Why? Because sometimes I've found if you hit a bump a little bit too quick, the middle decides to flex down a bit, as it is designed, but it flexes down a little bit too much and strikes the floor. So we've got 2 lights that are narrow beam and 2 wide beam. Looks good to me. Also want, if that I can get it to behave. Go, I'll do one there. Oh, sugars, I'm in single mode. There we go, plenty of RCS. Right, so the only thing left now is batteries. I hate placing these things. I really do. Especially on girders. They just don't seem to place properly. Not quite intelligent enough to work out. I want to place it like that. Now, I know the first thing you're going to ask is, why have I placed it towards the outside of the girder rather than placing it on the actual main fuselage. Well, that's actually quite simple. If you weigh the fuselage down too much, then it puts too much stress on these trusses. Whereas if you put the weight actually directly over the wheels, not only is it more stable, but it's less likely to twist and break. At least, oh, bugger off. At least that's what I've found. How does that look? Well, let's give it a name and let's go test it. Drive to north. Save. And let's go launch. Now I have absolutely no idea whether we are daylight or nighttime here. Because it's a brand new sandbox. And it's in daylight. Well, that is a good thing. Right, so as you saw, we thrust limited the engine to 30. So, resources. So go ahead and throttle up. You know what I missed? Oh, fool. Yeah, revert. Let's go back to the space plane hangar and go and put some intakes on. I knew I'd forget something. Intake. Come on. Let's put 2 on, 1 on each side. Yeah. Save. Launch. Let's try this again. Right, give it some throttle. So it's still limited to 30, and she's spooling up. But, you know, there's another issue with the rules, in that, but it didn't say, is whether you could use infinite fuel and infinite RCS. So guess what? We're using it. We're up to 16 meters per second. It's not too bad. Now at this point yet I'm not using the RCS. I could use the RCS to make it go faster, but that's not what I'm looking at. Oh! Oh! Yeah. Issue with jumps there. So what happened here? Structural failure on linkage between fuel tank and inline reaction wheel, RCS tank and there. Right, I think I know what happened there. Revert to space plane hangar. Yep, thought as much. So what's happened here is, when it went over that bump, basically the entire frame stopped except for this nose piece, which then separated right there on that joint between this and that. So, rather annoyingly, there is unfortunately Only one solution. Let's go get the space tape. That's not too bad. Alright, smack bang in the middle and send it back to round about there. Okay, looking a bit weird now, but oh well. Save, launch. So again, still limited to 30. What do the lights look like? Yeah. Although I would love to know why it's chucking from the landing gear. Yes. Probably could have not bothered with forward-facing lights, but oh well. Oh, up to 60 meters per second. No wings, no lifting body. Although that'd be interesting to see if there's enough RCS on there to lift it up. I don't think there is. There should just be enough RCS on there to prevent it from flipping and keep it nice and flat when going over bumps and whatnot. "70 meters per second. And here comes the test. Oh, we do believe we had a detachment. So look, RCS fuel tank and inline reaction wheel again. That's because of the pod. Okay, slight design change here. Basically, we're still getting a snap right there. So instead, what we're going to do, if we can get it selected, take that off there, take those two off there, put this back on there. That should make us tail heavy. Not too bad. Get rid of them. We'll grab some more undercarriage. Now I'll put two on and use it like suspension. Spin this around. Like that. Again, still got the struts. But what we don't have is something that we actually need. rid of them. Make sure it's vertical. Yeah, I'm sure you already know what I'm about to do. Oops, no. Wait. It kind of makes it a bit top heavy. Oh well. Right, where is my centre of mass now? Oh, actually it's not too bad, it's still quite low down. How heavy are they? Mass 0.3. Oh, that's fine then. Cool. Throttle up. Go. Okay, thrust limiter set to 30 as per the instructions. Oh, we've got a slight twist to the left. I'll just detwist it a touch. Now, one of the good things about the jet engine is that it does generate electricity. It's going to be good for night driving. I could just say, screw it, and chuck on one of those radiothermic generator thingies. I'm sure that'll produce enough for the SES and reaction control. But if we survive dropping off the end of the runway and also survive turning, then I need to redefine my keys, because if I'm not careful I'm going to be using the wrong set of keys. I'll be using the reaction system keys instead of the buggy keys, and it does indeed work. So, shall we? Turn, please. Please stay on the ground. Uh-oh. Okay, maybe that type of speed you really shouldn't turn that hard. Well, anyway, it survived the jump, didn't survive my hard turning. Right. Now, to comply with another rule, must exit the runway backwards. Really? Oh look, I'm going backwards. And voila! We have exited the runway backwards. Strictly speaking, I'm going to stuff the jet engine and just use the RCS. So, just to clarify, thrust limiter set to 30. Heading due north, please. Well, I'm not quite going to head due north. That's why we're not heading due north. Yeah. Thank God for the smoke trail. about like that, just cut round there. Now if we follow the coast from here, if we switch to the map, so we're heading towards the North Pole, so we need to go around this bit. Now going over the mountains would probably not be a good idea. So I'm thinking go up this bit, around there, then cut across here. And then cut across there and onto the North Pole. So that's what we're going to do. 70 metres per second. No issues so far. Just limiter still on 30. Yep. And the RCS is firing because the SAS is on, which will hopefully keep us reasonably flat, he says. But we're doing like 70 metres per second. Well, we're slowing down because we're going uphill, but still. This is probably the fastest anyone doing this challenge has gone. Maybe. I don't know. Not sure if anyone's doing it, but I mean, I'm not doing it all. I'm just going to have some fun here. Right. So I'm going to give it a little twisty, nice and gently, just in case we hit something while we're trying to turn, which would be bad. Make sure I don't crest a hill and jump off into oblivion. Now coming up to airborne. Don't even ask me how far that jump was. I did nothing to it, so how the hell do you measure 25 metres in KSP anyway? Uh-oh. Airborne again. Yeah, that one was probably over 25 metres. Tough. Oh. I'm not actually flying, I have nothing on there to generate lift. And nothing pointing to make myself fly. So really, if you hit a small mountain like that and get airborne, yeah, it would have to be some pretty strict rules to disqualify someone for getting airborne off a small jump like that. So we're going to follow the coast. Way again, good airborne there, Al. I'm kind of liking this one actually. Oh! I think that was caused by that valley. Yep. I can just see the dip right there. Well, that's gonna hurt. How far did I get? Actually, if that one hadn't have got me, that one probably would have. So how far did I get? Well, where's KSC? Here's where my debris is. There's KSC. That's pretty much where I am. I'm there somewhere. Right? Oh, nope, in the middle there. Oh well. Tell you what, that was so quick. Let's go do it again. Small gear crashed into... So this time we need to come out a bit wider from the shore. Oops. Just limit us at 30 still, good. Wouldn't want to break that rule. Bend it is fine, breaking it is not fine. Oh, 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 Christ. Picking wheels up off the ground there. "70 meters per second. Now sometimes I can't help but wonder if it would be easier to build a boat. I haven't built a boat yet. I mean, think about it. If you build a boat to go across the sea, then you don't have bumps to contend with. But the downside is you have very dense water to push through. And once again we get airborne, twice. Oh, thank God for RCS on that one, I think. Oh. The annoying thing is I can't actually see the changes in the landscape, or at least some of them. So it's way too late to do anything about it. So just to point out, this is attempt number 2. Other than the testing right at the beginning, that is. I mean, we're not counting the testing. How far are we in? Not too bad. Give it a little bit of turn. Nice and gently. Oh! Got airborne then while I was trying to turn. That would not be good. Yeah, this is going to take forever. I mean, I really feel sorry for the guys that are using electric wheels on this, because I think most of them go up to a maximum of like 30 meters per second. Up to the North Pole. Yeah. As soon as I reach those mountains up there, that'll be it for me. Or at least for the time being. I may well, I think I'm just going to stop it where it is, save it, and I might come back to it. Oh, very much airborne that one. See, I'm not even touching the controls at the moment. I'm letting the SAS keep it flat with the RCS turned on. So of course when the terrain changes and it tries to change the pitch and roll of the squished frog, it kicks both the reaction wheels and the RCS in to put it back to where it's supposed to be. Now because of the SAS in 0.23, because of the SAS in 0.23, it does adjust to the terrain. So this actually works better in 0.23. Now, if it tries to yaw left and right, i.e. spin around its vertical axis, i.e. change its heading, right, again the SAS kicks in to stop it, or at least to dampen it. As you can see, so far it's coping with the bumps quite nicely at 70 meters per second. And we are going uphill. The question is, what's over the hill? Other than another jump. Well, we're definitely in the green bits now. And we've definitely, I'm pretty sure, at least anyway, let's have a double check. Yep, that's where we crashed last time. Just around that bit there, that bit. So we are definitely further than we were last time. 66 meters per second and slowing down because we're going uphill. Can we go that way? What does the terrain look like that way? The terrain that way looks reasonable. So I'm going to do a very casual turn to go in the direction that the camera is pointed in. Way! Stop getting airborne while I'm trying to turn. That's better. Yeah, the only trouble is, it really kills my frame rate. Don't need that. Way! Majorly airborne again. I'm pretty sure going across a hill like this is a bad thing to be doing, but whatever. Oh, it's 75 meters per second then. Oh. Back to 75 again. Kill! Faster! Must go faster. That's because we're coming downhill. Uh-oh. Oh, airborne. And again. Oh. 78 meters per second. What? The rules said thrust limited to 30. Just to prove it, thrust limiter 30. Uh-oh. Just to check what I'm coming up to. Flat fields-ish. Sort of. Double check, is anything broken? Nope. Oh, what was that? Highest speed over land, 82 meters per second. Highest altitude, 605 so far. Ground distance covered, 26 kilometers. Most G-force endured, 3.2 G. Now we've been going for 5 minutes and 10 seconds. Yeah, it feels like a lot longer than that. Let's have a look on the map. Yep, just follow this up there like that and keep going. Now we're currently doing 75 meters per second. The interesting thing is, if I was to go across higher ground than what I intend to, I would probably actually go faster, because lower air density, but also because of my intakes that I'm using, I'd end up getting more thrust, still being limited to 30. Of course, that's then a problem for boats that are going across the water, because you're constantly at ground level. Darn it, I drank your coffee. Uh-oh. Don't think there are, but one of the things to watch out for is nice big drop-offs. I don't think even the Squish Frog Mini would survive some of the drop-offs that I've seen. Ooh. Cope with it. And now, of course, we're rocketing uphill at 10 meters per second. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Yeah, so I could have done something about that, but really. So, where am I? Well, there's KSC, and highest speed over land, 82 meters per second. Highest altitude, 605 meters. Ground distance covered, 36 kilometers. What happened? Small gear touched the ground, then the jet engine touched the ground. We had a structural linkage failure between the RCS thruster block and the module girder segment. Darn it, it's redrawn the screen. Module girder segment there. Where's that? That'll be on the front. Yes, small gear crashed into train. RCS thrust spot crashed into the train. Yep, that's the RCS blocks that's on the front of the girders. What can I say? We're travelling quite fast over the ground. But anyway, that's my build. Just to look at the map here, by the way. We went from there to right about here. Yeah. Yeah, you're talking like 4 or 5 hours of driving here. Easily. And that's at like 70 meters per second. So heaven help the people that are doing normal speed cars. They're at about 30 meters per second. It's got to be like, what, 12 hours of driving? Yeah. Anyway, I'm CW, and we have crashed hard a few times in this video. Bye for now.